All right, so DSA-backed House candidate Oliver Larkin went on Sean Hannity's broadcast last night, or if you're Chris Rabb, Scott Hannity.
Well, let me just go through
My
the
pleasure.
DSA.
Thank you, Scott.
My name is not Scott. My name is Sean, but that's okay.
Apologies.
And this whole interview went off the rails real quick, with Scott Hannity starting to lose his mind, melting down in front of Oliver Larkin. The whole thing is just kind of nuts. So we're going to take a look together at the entire segment because it gets crazy.
Florida Democratic Congressional candidate Oliver Larkin. I do appreciate you coming on. I do. Let's pick up where we left off on my radio show. So I ask you, to each according to their need, from each American according to their ability.
Immediately for a gotcha question. Love it, Sean.
And
Great work,
you,
great work,
well,
Scott.
Who said that? You did not know that it was Karl Marx. Have you had time to think about that?
I've been focusing on meeting the people of our district, and I'm not coming at this from a theoretical point of view. I'm coming at this race from a pragmatic point of view of what the American people and the people of South Florida need, and that is Medicare for all, that is universal child care, that is the policy
pen clicks there went crazy.
That you just articulated
Sean's
on your show.
furiously clicking the pen.
This is what people, working class people, Democrats, Republicans, and independents want to see reflected in our government's priorities.
Exactly, right, exactly. Sean or Scott goes in for the gotcha question of, oh, did you know this was Marxism? Did you know you were doing a Marxism? And Oliver Larkin here just goes, I'm focused on helping people in my district. So what do you got to say about that?
Well, what gives you such confidence? Medicare for all, taxpayer-funded abortions, federal government, prescription drugs, no more electoral college, automatic same-day voter registration, et cetera, which I think is ridiculous.
Okay, you think it's ridiculous. Well, it's a fucking amazing policy position, so shut up.
Because you need time to check it out. $25 minimum wage. Let me...
All of those things sound awesome. What is Scott Hannity even talking about here, right? He's just doing a puff piece for Oliver Larkin at this point.
Out of every dollar these so-called evil rich people make, how much should they be able to keep in their pocket after they pay all the taxes you and your fellow socialist/Marxists would like to take?
They're trying to use this Marxist line as like a gotcha and like a get you, and he's just ignoring it. It's so stupid. It's so funny.
I think if we went back to the mid-20th century top marginal tax rates that we saw under the FDR, Truman, and Eisenhower administrations, that would be a fine place to start. Because that was the golden age of the American middle class when we were expanding the share of wealth and equity in the country. And
you want, well, give me a number. What percentage of every dollar should every American be able to keep after they pay the government, local, state, federal?
He answered the question.
It depends on the range of income that someone is making. For billionaires, I think that billionaires should be taxed out of existence. There's far too much money that is concentrated among the wealthy few.
You want to empower the government to take from the most creative providers, the most brilliant people in our country. Now, I don't know many billionaires that are self-made that are stupid. Do you?
Elon Musk is a moron. He is so dumb. He can't even get a person to like him on a person level. What is Scott talking about here, dude? That's ridiculous. That's an insane claim to be making. That billionaire, by that logic, billionaires are a billion times smarter and a billion times more clever and a billion times more charismatic than people, and work a billion times harder than people working a minimum wage job for like 12 hours a day. That's what Sean Hannity is arguing here. It's absolutely ridiculous. And Oliver Larkin, by the way, did answer the question. The top marginal tax rate during the 1950s was around the 91% number for top earners. 10,000 households, according to an article by Wall Street Journal, top 1% of earners paid a 91% tax bracket in 1950. And most people in the 400 richest Americans were paying roughly around, 60, 50, 80, all the way until Reagan right here in the 80s. You can see this massive decline. And then we've got Donald Trump right here again. So this rate right here, he answered the question. So I don't know what the hell Scott here is complaining about, but let's continue.
I don't know any.
Well, I think that in the case of someone like Elon Musk, he's taken billions of dollars in government subsidies and government handouts to enrich his further wealth, and he also rescued
astronauts that were abandoned by Joe Biden.
No, he rescued the astronauts abandoned by Joe Biden. Just fund NASA more, you absolute troglodyte. What are you talking about, right? Like, Elon Musk has just privatized the space industry, so he's the only one that could do that bullshit in the first place. Elon Musk also has killed probably millions of people by defunding USAID because of his stupid Doge cuts. So don't even talk to me about saving the astronauts. What a fucking piece of shit. Oh my God.
And I'm sure you're grateful for Elon's contribution there, right? I'm grateful for that.
Holy shit.
Well, I mean, Elon Musk didn't even start his own company. He just bought it out. And this is, someone
but I'm sure you are grateful that he rescued astronauts that Joe
What is-
Biden
why is he
abandoned in
obsessed with the
space 200 and
astronauts?
some odd days.
Oh my God. He doesn't even know. Oliver Larkin's like, what are you talking about?
I'm not really sure what you're speaking to. The International Space Station. I think
I'm
that,
talking about the guys that needed
private
to be
capital is
rescued,
deployed.
and Joe Biden did nothing, and Elon Musk rescued them. I'm sure you're grateful. All right, let me
I
move
think
on.
that we should have.
How much?
I think that we should have a national
so
NASA
billionaires
system
should
that
be
is
taxed
actually
out of
funded
existence.
and not
Sorry, I bumped
having
my mic.
How
Jeff
about-
Bezos or Elon Musk making their own rockets.
I love him so much.
Somebody making $100,000 a year. How
good
much
money.
of every dollar should they be able to keep?
I think that the tax rate
Give me a
on
number.
most middle-class Americans and
Oliver,
Sean,
give me a number.
It's not that
How
easy.
much out of
I know
every
that
dollar
nuance
should
doesn't
they be
work
able to
well
keep?
on cable news, but
$100,000. No, $100,000.
I don't think that we should be
Asking
How
him to
much-
give like detailed tax policy on Maine right now, like what the what? Huh?
We
Oh,
should
for a
agree-
specific number, like $100,000.
dollars should they be able to
taxes
keep?
on
It's a
middle-class
simple
Americans.
question. How much are you willing to
Sean.
let the government take? How much? Give us a number.
I want to see a return on our taxpayer investment. We pay
Give
into
us
Medicare,
a
yet we don't
number.
get to benefit
Somebody
from Medicare
works
for all.
hard, makes $100,000 a year.
He's getting-
How much of every dollar should they keep?
He's getting pissed.
I'm not interested in changing the tax rate on middle-class Americans on people
Oh.
making 100
Okay, so there's the answer, right? You could go look it up. What's the tax rate on people making $100,000?
grand. I want to
Okay,
raise
there's the
taxes
answer.
Somebody that
on the
makes
billionaire class and on the
$500,000 a
corporations
year.
Oh my
that are
God,
giving-
the goalpost shifting. Not $100,000. Okay, how about $500,000?
$500,000 a year. How much out of every dollar should they be able to keep?
It is in proportional to the top.
He's
marginal
playing the play-out music on him.
tax
Give
rate
me
that
a
we
number.
see, where if you're making
Oliver, give me a
Sean,
number. How much
Sean,
out of
it's
every
not that
dollar
easy.
should they
It's
keep?
not that simple.
Oh my God, he's so mad.
It's not that simple. You're
They
the
should
one that
be
wants,
getting back what they
cradle
put
to
in
grave, womb to the tomb,
They
Green
should be
New
getting out
Deal.
what they put into the system.
Okay, so how
The
much
Green New Deal,
in your
I mean,
head?
we should have public
All right,
Oh, there's the pen. There's the evil pen.
ownership of utilities. We're
The
experiencing a
DSA
climate
people talk a
crisis.
lot about fairness. What is
so
fair
pissed.
for a guy that makes
He's
a half
so
a million dollars
mad.
a year? Out of every dollar, how much
He's playing the ball. Oh my
should
God.
the government
he's
get?
hitting the desk.
Answer the question. Why don't you stop playing games?
The person making half $1,000,000, $1 million
Yeah.
a year, they should pay the same rate in Social Security tax as
Give
the rest
me
of the
a
working class because there's a
number.
Social Security
How much
income
out of
cap.
Sorry, the
every
first
dollar
round.
should
Social
go to
Security income
taxes?
cap
How
from
much can they keep?
$184,500 a year.
Oliver, this is
Tax
my last
every
shot, and I'm
dollar
gonna say
that
goodbye.
a billionaire makes into the.
I'm
Okay.
not talking. I asked you $500,000 a year. How much?
Okay, well,
should-
first you asked him billionaire. He answered the question. Then you asked him 100,000. Then he answered the question. So now you're shifting the goalpost again to a random, $500,000, and he's not giving you a specific number because that needs to be regulated upon, like, through policy positions. And he kind of does answer the question here about whatever the Social Security rate that people are paying for minimum wage workers should be applied to everyone, right? Oh my
should go to the government. Out of every dollar, how much should they be able to keep? Answer the question. Be honest, for crying out loud.
bad.
What's
They
fair?
should pay the same Social Security tax rate as working class
All right,
Americans.
goodbye.
We need to
You're
raise the taxable
Oliver,
income cap on Social Security.
You don't want to
billionaires
tell
are
your
not
real
paying the-
opinion because you know you will look stupid. To each according to the need, from each according to their ability. That makes you a
It's not even the correct way.
Marxist.
So then that was the end of the clip right there. It's not even the correct way to say the quote in the first place, but wow, what a roller coaster we have just been on. That was absurd. Sean Hannity got so mad that he's not answering his stupid goalpost shifting questions throughout this entire thing. Oh my God, it's just absolutely embarrassing. He's furiously clicking the pen because he's not getting his answers. Oliver Larkin demolished that interview, right? Because he did answer those questions. He didn't give him the exact numbers that he wanted, but he gave him answers, right? He asked for the marginal tax rate for people, making billions of dollars. He gave him an answer, right? That is exactly what, democratic socialists like this need to do. And now Scott Hannity just ends up looking like a complete and utter buffoon. And yes, I know his name is Sean. It's funny to call him Scott. Well, okay, that was a roller coaster of emotions, and I had an absolute blast watching it. And if you did too, be sure you subscribe to US Democratic Socialists for more news like this, more progressive updates and news almost every single day. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and have a great day. I'm Iago Lashua. Have a good one. Goodbye.